As you know, one of the most popular scenes of ice featuring the Polar Express is the hot chocolate scene. So the chefs here at Gaylord Opryland Resort have woven some hot chocolate through some of our most iconic desserts, and I'm joined by senior pastry chef Ryan McCord to teach us how to make their hot chocolate cookies. Welcome, Ryan.
Hi, thank you, welcome.
Yeah, so it's not just cookies though. How have you woven this hot chocolate goodness
So we're so inspired by the theme of Polar Express and that hot chocolate scene that they have. So we wanted to create a couple desserts that kind of encapsulated that hot chocolate flavor. Hot chocolate cookies, hot chocolate cupcakes. So, I mean, it's really just to have fun with it and go with the theme.
What do we need to start?
So we're gonna start with creaming our butter and sugar. And it's really important with almost every cookie recipe goes with the creaming method, is what we call it in my industry. So you cream together the butter and the sugar together till it gets nice and fluffy. We're gonna do a mix of regular granulated sugar and brown sugar.
And why is that?
That brown sugar has that little molasses kind of taste to it, so it gets it a little bit more chewy, a little bit more depth of flavor. We're gonna incorporate it with a paddle on low. I would start slow, otherwise it's gonna come flying at you. But definitely just let it kind of go.
Okay, so a couple minutes maybe?
I would say about 5 minutes, probably. So it gets nice and smooth. If you did want to skip a step, you could use softened butter, but I found that you get a fluffier cookie if you start with cold butter.
I love these tips. So we've creamed our butter and sugar here. What's our next step?
Our next step is going to add our eggs. Just do one egg at a time until it's kind of incorporated.
And how many cookies is this recipe going to make?
So this recipe, depending on the size of the cookie, it's going to make anywhere from 2 to 3 dozen cookies. So it's a pretty decent amount of
enough
cookies
to gift and share?
Yes. So at this point, now that all that is incorporated, we're going to turn our mixer on as low as it'll go.
Okay.
And what I like to do is I like to take my baking powder and go ahead and add it to my flour.
Is it possible to overbeat the dough?
It is. You want to just get it until it's just incorporated.
Okay.
So at this point, when it starts to come together, we're going to add our cocoa powder.
Cocoa powder.
That's what you get that nice, rich, dark chocolate color and flavor. The last thing we're going to do is add, my favorite part is the chocolate chips.
Oh, of course, right? For a hot cocoa cookie.
And I like it a little heavy on the chocolate chip. So
yeah, why would you not?
Yeah, so this is basically a really good double chocolate chip cookie, which will give you a lot of, you can use this in any different way.
Love it.
All right, so we're just gonna slowly mix those chocolate chips in.
Okay.
And as soon as all the chocolate chips kind of get lifted up off the bottom and it's evenly incorporated, you are ready to scoop and bake.
Okay. And we actually have an ice cream scoop here for cookies. Why is that?
So one of my favorite tips and tricks, instead of trying to roll them by hand or try to get them all the same size, I like to use an ice cream scoop. They come in all different sizes, so if you want big cookies, get a big scoop. Same thing with small cookies. What I like to do is just go in there with the scoop, and then you literally can just scoop it out, and you have the perfect little cookie. And another trick is, if you have a measuring spoon, you can actually use this to create a divot. So when they're chilled, instead of spreading out too much, you get the perfect little crater on the inside that's gonna hold the marshmallows.
The marshmallows for the hot cocoa cookies. Okay, we made the divots. So do the marshmallows go on before we bake?
Well, do you like marshmallows in your hot chocolate?
Is that even a question? Of course I like marshmallows in my hot chocolate.
Yes, so we're gonna put the marshmallows in before we bake them.
Can I help with this?
Yes, absolutely. I like to put a nice amount in there. So at this point, we're gonna pop these in the oven at 350 degrees for about anywhere, depending on your oven, from 10 to 12 minutes. And they stay nice and gooey and chewy.
So here's my question though, because this is a darker cookie. I'm used to looking at my cookies and you get to see if there's that brown ring around the edge, know when they're done. How do we know when these are done?
The best way to look is when you get that nice crackle on the outside.
Oh,
that's what you're looking for.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so this goes in the oven.
Yes.
And through the magic of TV, these are our hot chocolate cookies. Okay, the ganache. You promised more goodness and you're ready to deliver.
This is more chocolatey goodness.
Yes.
So what I do is I take heavy cream.
Okay.
It's 1 cup of heavy cream to 2 cups of chocolate morsels that you can get at the grocery store.
Perfect.
And the secret is to get your cream nice and hot. And you can do this in the microwave. You don't have to use it hot. You can just do it in the microwave.
How do you make sure it's not
steaming?
Okay.
And we're just going to pour this directly over.
So you don't even have to do it over a double boiler. That's just going to melt it.
No, we're just looking to melt it and incorporate it. You can see how that kind of comes together.
Yeah, really quickly. Okay, so once that's all incorporated.
Once that's nice and smooth, and just give it a little drizzle on top.
Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle.
Everyone likes their hot chocolate a little different.
Right.
They dress it up with peppermint.
Yes.
You can do cocoa powder. I like to dress these up with a little hot cocoa, but then also crushed peppermint pieces. Do a little bit of a sprinkle.
Do both, though?
Yep, you can do both. And then you have gourmet hot chocolate, chocolate cookies.
Do we get to try it now?
Yeah, absolutely.
I bet Savannah loves these. Cheers. We got it. We got it. And if you want to get it too, you need to come to Gaylord Opryland Resort to try their hot chocolate cookies, cupcakes at the Gingerbread Bakery. Chef, thank you so much. We got it. And you can too. Hot chocolate.